Agile it's interesting. It was designed obviously for software development, and BI, there's a fair bit of development that's involved, but it's also heavily a lot of work with the business. And what Agile brings to the table is really folding the business into the design and development processes. It doesn't necessarily translate one-to-one from software, pure software development to BI development, so there are aspects of Agile that work very well and aspects that don't work as well with BI. But the key ingredient is the ability to really move quickly and the ability to get data out in front of the users very quickly. And so enabling technologies that allow you to get at the data and the data sets in order to get that data out to the users faster and in front of them faster while you're developing is critical. And so technologies such as data virtualization allow you to actually get data out in front of the users a lot faster, because you don't have to necessarily go through the entire ETL development process before you can get data out in front of users. And what we're used to doing in the past is developing test data sets and getting all that test data out to the users. But users don't always gravitate and they don't really understand a lot of the test data, especially when it really doesn't mean anything, because our methodology for developing test data has always been, write scripts that essentially put very garbled type data that doesn't have a lot of meaning to it in front of the users. But if you have a finance user and you're putting data that isn't finance related in front of the users, a lot of times they won't understand that data and even understand the reports that you're developing. So the ability to get context and subject specific data in front of users is critical. The advice I give for clients for seeking agility are threefold. First, understand how to implement in an agile fashion. So get used to, or at least read up and study some of the agile techniques, and also as related to BI, the things that work well for BI and the things that don't. And apply those techniques to your project management methodology, and also look within your organization to determine how agile you can be. In some organizations, for instance, you can get your teams to meet on a daily basis and co-locate them in the same areas. In other businesses, you can't, and so you have to understand exactly how agile your organization can actually be. Secondly, I'd say focus on architecture. Your architecture is the most important aspect to your data integration, to your data warehouse program. Your architecture, as you grow, is what determines your ability to scale and also your ability to maintain what you have. And so focus on not just the data sources you're bringing in and the business rules, but also how you architect that, and pick a technology that allows you to be flexible with that architecture. Third, I'd say don't settle. Pick a partner that's an expert at delivering agile and that understands the different technologies that will enable your organization to not only be agile but be effective in implementing BI. And not just that, but focusing on the areas that provide the greatest amount of value. In the end, BI is an investment. And if your company's spending more on implementing BI and they're not getting the value out of BI, then chances are your program won't succeed. So those are the three main steps that I would give for being more agile with business intelligence. Business intelligence is obviously an iterative process, and companies that are most successful, the ones that have this the architecture in place to support their programs, and those that have that right architecture that fit what they're doing, are able to expand and be able to ride along that maturity life cycle and be successful in the future, not just what you're implementing today, but all along your BI roadmap.